Hello everybody, this is Anita and this video is going to be about 5 roadblocks that can stop you from getting to the place where you want to be with your eating. So let's just dive in. And the first one is to believe that everything is about willpower. That means that we invent a lot of rules, food rules, go on the next fad diet, do some self-punishment, hard knuckling, pushing ourselves, pressuring ourselves to do things the right way, the way we think it's supposed to be, restriction and all of that stuff. And yes, of course, healthy eating will be good for you and is good for you. But the thing is, it can be really hard to be in that place where you can continue to eat in a way that's good for you if you have urges. And that's not because you're weak, but simply because when you have urges and you're trying to stop them with your willpower, it's usually not going to last in the long run. So yeah, it might be a better idea to go about it in a different way and to make the urges go away. So number 2 is about having this fear that if you're not allowed to overeat anymore, you're going to lose a friend. You're going to do something that will give you comfort and that will make you feel good. And that is not going to be nice, because then you'll have to endure the pain and you will have to be in situations where you would usually like to overeat, but not be allowed to do it. And that's why it might be hard. So as long as you are in that situation where it's like losing a friend, it's going to be a lot harder for you. But again, the thing is, when you don't have urges, it's not like losing a friend, because you don't have to put a lid on anything. You don't have to suppress it or anything. You're not going to be in a place of lack. And I think that is really, really important. If we're in that place where we feel like we are going to lose something that is really beneficial to us and that really is going to give us everything we want, we can very easily end up in a situation where we self-sabotage or procrastinate and stuff like that, because we have this one side where I want to get out of this. I want to stop the overeating. I don't want to do this anymore. I maybe also want to lose weight. But on the other side, I don't want to do it. I don't want to let go of the overeating. I don't want to let go of the comfort and the good feeling that it's giving me to be able to eat all the chocolate and the chips and the cakes and whatever it is that you prefer. And then we have this all or nothing mentality. So when you're stuck in that cycle, it can be really hard. And that is why I think as long as you're trying to go by it that way, you're not going to succeed. Sorry. The third one is if you have had previous negative experiences, if you have tried before to resolve this in different ways, and you haven't succeeded with it, and if you are in a place where I can't do this, or this might not work for me. Usually when we are stuck in that situation, I split it up in like the two. The one, I can't do this, that is usually about when you end up being unsure about you, and you end up being unsure about maybe your ability to follow through, your ability to learn something new, your ability to do the homework and to uncover what's actually going on for you. And that's actually an interesting thing, because when you have not been able to resolve this before, that might not even be about you. It might just simply be that you have tried to resolve it in a way that doesn't work, and that doesn't work for you and for me and for anybody else. You're trying to beat in a nail with a saw, and that doesn't really work in the long run. So it might be that just the tools, the method that you have been using have been wrong, that it has been based on willpower. The other one is about the method you're trying to use, if that can really work for you. And here I think it can be really interesting to look at, does it resonate with you? What the person or the program or whatever it is you're considering trying, does it resonate with you? Are they describing things that you can actually recognize and that you feel that this is exactly what it's like for me? This is he or she is describing the way I feel. And also, what do other people think, and what do other people say? Are there any testimonials, recommendations, all of that stuff? And do they have good results? And what kind of results are we going for here? So if we are just going on the top level here, we're just going to treat the overeating, the weight. We're not actually going in the levels below and getting the roots. Well, then you're just going to get a surface result. And that is a thing too. So I would definitely recommend, if you want a long-term solution, to go to the root and not just put a band-aid on it or do the surface thing. So, and that is actually number 4. It's about if you're not resolving your why, if you're not going into why is it actually that I need this? What purpose is it serving for me in my life? What is it that it's actually giving me? For a lot of people, we end up with that they use the eating as some kind of emotional painkiller, meaning that yes, you can stop it with your willpower for a limited period of time, but if you still have the pain, you're going to run out of willpower sooner or later, and it's going to be really hard for you to keep it in check and to not end up overeating simply because the pain is still there. And that means you're still going to need the painkiller. So if you haven't resolved the purpose it serves for you, your why you need the eating, why you need the food, it's going to come back. And that's what it's like with this and with a lot of other things. We end up repeating things over and over again if we haven't resolved the root cause. So that is something I can really recommend. So if you're unsure about it, we have an offer these days where people can get a free call where we can go through what your patterns might be, and we can help you to find them so you know what it is that you need to resolve. I'm going to put a link below the video so you can find out how you can get that free call, and that will hopefully help you to find your patterns and your why. So number 5, and that's an interesting thing. A lot of people are in a place where they feel that the weight and the eating is making them feel more safe, and that it feels unsafe to be in a place where you don't have the eating and you don't have the weight. An example for that might be that if you have maybe been through maybe a rape or some kind of where people are taking advantage of you, that can, to be big, to be fat, can make you feel more safe because you feel more protected. And it can maybe also discourage people that want to take advantage of you. If that is a situation for you, then that is something that is important to deal with, because if not, you're going to have your whole system work against you, and it's going to make it harder for you. It's going to trip you when you're trying to fix this again with your willpower. So again, you have to fix what lies below. There can also be other reasons for you to experience that it's more safe for you to have extra weight and extra eating and all of that stuff. So, and here it's interesting again to find out what your specific patterns are, what your specific roadblocks are, and what it is that's stopping you. So here you have some detective work to do, but if you do that and you find out what's going on, a lot of it can actually be resolved pretty fast. And I would say it's so worth it, instead of doing the symptom treatment on the surface and just try to put a new coat of paint on a rusty something. So if you're going to do that, it's not going to last in the long run. And I suppose that you would like to have some long-term results where you don't have to fight this for the rest of your life. And that's definitely what I want for you, that you're getting the long-term results. So if you are interested in finding out more about your patterns, then you can follow the link below the call and get a free call where you can find out what your patterns are. You're going to get a little bit of homework before the call, some things you have to observe, and then of course we will help you on the call to find out what that means and what you can do about it. So we have had so far a lot of people who have had like really eye-opening experiences when we are going into their patterns. So I think that's really amazing and very inspiring also for me to watch how it changes people's lives. So do that if you find that interesting. And you can also, of course, follow this channel. I will post new videos from time to time, or you can join one of our free Facebook groups if that is interesting. So yeah, maybe that can be interesting for you too. I will post a link for the webpage, and there you can see and find the links to the different things that you can do. All right, if you have questions or things that you would like me to talk about, then you can just send me a message and I will be happy to answer. All right, have a really nice day.